Joining me live now is Middle East correspondent for Jewish News Syndicate, Josh Hasten. Josh, good morning to you and thanks so much for your time. Well, we now have more information now about the extent of Israel's attack on Iran, with secretive Iranian military bases damaged in Saturday's attack. But what more can you tell us?
Yeah, that's correct. Our defense minister this evening, Yoav Gallant, said that this was the biggest operation since the Six-Day War, Israel taking out Iran's defense capabilities, air defense capabilities, and targeting the ballistic missiles program, which is very, very important, especially as Iran strives for nuclear weapons. Prime Minister Netanyahu this evening talking about how Israel must prevent Iran from going nuclear. It's a threat not only to the state of Israel, but to the entire world. So that's where we are right now. Iran may decide to retaliate. Israel is anticipating that. They've already struck us several times, once in early October and then back in April. So they may decide to retaliate, but Israel is determined not to let Iran to go nuclear. That is the most important issue here.
Yeah, and just how big a blow is this for Iran?
It seems to be a pretty big blow. You know, this was an operation in which Israel sent out over 100 planes traveling 1,200 kilometers over some enemy territories. And really, I think the key is the ballistic missiles systems which Israel attacked, because those ballistic missiles could be fitted with nuclear warheads. And that was a major, major blow to the Iranians. And I think they're acknowledging it, perhaps not publicly, but in closed corridors there in Tehran, that Israel has done some serious damage. And as time goes by, we're seeing how really effective this operation was in striking at the heart of the terrorist regime in Tehran.
And in other news that has come out today as well, Egypt has proposed an initial 2-day ceasefire in Gaza to exchange 4 Israeli hostages of Hamas for some Palestinian prisoners. What more can you tell us about these talks, and could this potentially be the first step in a permanent ceasefire?
So not a lot of information coming out of Qatar at this moment. The Israeli delegation returned. Yes, the Egyptian president came out with that proposal yesterday, 4 hostages, perhaps for a temporary ceasefire, the release of Arab terrorists who are in Israeli prisons right now. But the main thing to remember here is that every single time there's been a negotiation, Hamas has refused. There are now 101 Israelis who are still in the dungeons of Hamas being held in Gaza. We don't know who exactly is holding them now. We don't know how many people are alive, how many people are dead. Israel's determined to bring home all 101. If it's a temporary ceasefire, I can see Israel taking some sort of deal. But we have to remember, the war cannot end until Hamas is completely defeated. Israel has done an amazing job targeting the heads of Hamas. They are essentially debilitated. You have terrorists who are operating in all parts of Gaza. And until Hamas is no longer a threat to the state of Israel after what they did on October the 7th, this war will not end.
Okay, and what about the US election as well? I mean, how big a role does this play in a potential Gaza ceasefire?
So yeah, absolutely. The election in the United States can play a major role. The United States is our best friend, regardless of who wins the election. Israel, the United States, we view the U.S. as our best friend. Now, President Trump, has a tremendous record when it comes to his accomplishments when he was president in his first term. He wants the war to end, but he wants the war to end with an Israeli complete victory. Israel, on the other hand, under the Biden administration, also with Vice President Harris, who's running to be the president, they are also calling for the war to end, but they're calling for an immediate ceasefire. They're calling for a de-escalation, but Israel still has some work to do. It's taken a long time, but Israel has a war on its hands. On 7 different fronts, we face threats. Hezbollah to the north, Gaza to the south, the Houthis who are firing into Israel from time to time from Yemen. You have militias in Iraq, and in Syria as well. So there's a 7-front war going on here, and Israel must achieve total victory in this war before it can end. And we hope we have the support of whichever candidate ends up winning in that election next week.
Okay, Josh, as always, appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much.